Coming up on today's show, Nintendo rumors are flying, details on the Battleborn open beta, new gameplay from LEGO Star Wars, and The Walking Dead from Telltale returns. Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. It's Gamer Next Door's GND Weekly. I'm Andrea Rene with your weekly dose of gaming news. And so much has been being said about Nintendo this week, I have to start with them. So earlier this week, Japanese website Nikkei reported that Nintendo was going to cease production of the Wii U in 2016. This caused a launch just in 2012, but unfortunately, even though it had this really cool gamepad controller, the sales haven't lived up to its predecessor, the motion-controlled monster, the Wii. Now, website Nikkei has been known for reporting on Nintendo rumors that eventually become true, but a Nintendo spokesperson has already given a rebuttal to another Japanese site, IT Media, saying this isn't an announcement from our company. From the next quarter and thereafter as well, production is scheduled to continue. So this could mean multiple things. It could mean that Nintendo just isn't ready to talk about sunsetting the Wii U. I mean, Star Fox Zero hasn't even launched yet, so clearly they're not ceasing anything until they get their big AAAs out the door. It also could mean that the NX is maybe a little bit farther behind in production than we originally thought. We're supposed to learn more about their new prototype console later this year, unless the internet beats them to it. One Reddit user is claiming to have the NX by posting images of the new console, or maybe it's a controller? User Procal37 posted these photos of what appears to be some type of handheld device, and they are saying it is a developer kit. There are no face buttons except for the two little sticks that you see, and they say they are similar to the circle pads from the Nintendo 3DS. There are also rollers similar to mouse scroll wheels on the top where the shoulder buttons would be, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and the user suggested there is haptic feedback similar to what Apple is doing with the new iPhone. These photos look eerily similar to patent drawings that were leaked last year, and also other NX photos that were leaked last week. Now, are they real? We don't really know, but could they be real? Potentially. Look at this really cool fan-made video showing what a hypothetical Zelda could look like if it was on this device. Now, I think it looks kind of like a cross between a PlayStation Vita and an iPhone, which would maybe suggest that Nintendo is going the mobile route. I mean, we know that they're developing mobile content. They announced that last year, and it's too late to compete with PS4 and Xbox One. But who knows? Let me know what you guys think about it by tweeting to me or leaving me a comment below. Next up, creators of the Borderlands series, Gearbox Software, has given new details about their upcoming hero shooter, Battleborn, and its open beta. Beginning next month, players will have access to 2 multiplayer modes and 2 episodes of the story mode. The story mode will be structured like an episodic TV show with cutscenes in 2D, similar to your favorite Saturday morning cartoons. The game will launch with 8 episodes in total that can be replayed on different difficulty levels. For player versus player experiences, there will be 2 modes to try in the beta. Incursion, which combines tower defense, first-person shooters, and MOBAs, or you can play Meltdown, where you'll send waves of minions to collect metal scraps with the side collecting the most, securing the win. In the beta, you'll be able to choose from 24 different heroes and play with the loot, gear, and progression systems. If you're playing on PS4, you get 1 extra hero, a penguin in a mech suit named Toby. He's pretty cute. Plus, you'll get the first DLC pack and hero Alani for free when the game releases. The beta begins on April 8th for PS4 and April 13th for Xbox One and PC players, and sorry friends, your progress does not carry over. You're gonna have to start fresh when the game launches on May 3rd. From a galaxy far, far away comes a new trailer for LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. The game is being developed by TT Games, and they showed off some new gameplay at GDC last week, and I gotta take a look at it. LEGO games have been using a tried and true formula of comedy, puzzles, and awesome cooperative gameplay, but are mixing it up with new modes being thrown in. There is the new multi-build system that gives you different options for solving puzzles, blaster battles that incorporate cover-based shootouts, and flight gameplay. It's Star Wars, you've got to fly the Millennium Falcon, right? You'll pilot that ship and more in dogfights and arena-based battles. One of the coolest parts of the game is the new story content that helps bridge the gap between the Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. I mean, what were Han and Chewie doing with those Rathtars in the first place? Well, guess what? You can find out when the game launches on June 28th. Lastly, did you love the suspense and the heartbreak of Telltale's The Walking Dead? I certainly did, so I'm super pumped to hear that they're coming back with season 3. According to Mashable, season 3 is in production and the first episode will be launching later this year. If you played season 2, you know it had very different options at the end of the game depending on how you played your Clementine, the co-star of season 1 and the leading lady of season 2. Speaking to Mashable, Telltale CEO Kevin Bruner said, "The way that we're dealing with and validating and retaining all of those different playthroughs is really cool and unexpected, and I think pretty innovative from the storytelling point of view. But what if you didn't play the first 2 seasons? Can you still get in?" According to Bruner, yes, they're working on a way to bring new players up to speed while still respecting what players did in the first 2 seasons. Now, Telltale knows that your choices and thus your save files are super important, so they're working on a way to be able to port your choices over to the new platform that you choose to play season 3 on. They aren't giving any details about what their new cloud saving options are going to be, but they did say to expect more information about season 3 at Comic-Con later this summer. Now it's time for Tweet of the Week, and this week's tweet comes from my friends at Kinda Funny Games. At Kinda Funny Kevin tweeted a photo of me with the guys on set while we were shooting the Gamescast. I want to give a huge thank you to Nick, Greg, Colin, Tim, and Kevin for having me on set to shoot. It was really fun. We talked about Gamer Next Door, some of the other projects I'm working on, and how I got started in games in the first place. If you guys want to check it out, you can download it today if you're a Patreon supporter of Kinda Funny, or you can see it next week at youtube.com/kindafunnygames if you aren't a Patreon supporter, but you should be, because they're great, and I love working with them whenever I have the opportunity to do so. So thank you so much again, guys, for having me on the show, and thank you guys for watching. If you want to appear on Tweet of the Week, be sure to tweet to me at Andrea Rene using the hashtag GND Weekly. And that's it for today's show. Thanks again, have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week.